Disney Epic Mickey got a 5 out of 5 from XPlay. Now it's getting a 2 from Warren Spector and Junction Point Studios. Disney Epic Mickey 2: The Power of Two was just announced, and it's gonna make a lot of people very happy.
I think that the first thing people are really going to want to ask and hear from you about, it's multi-platform now.
Yeah, the most frequent request we got was, hey, let me play this game. It was pretty gratifying, actually. So we were Wii exclusive the first time around. This time we're going to be on all platforms. The number one request we got after, please let me play this game on my PS3 or Xbox 360 was, I want to play with my friends, I want to play with my family. So this time around, you can play in single player as Mickey Mouse, but there's always Oswald right there next to you. He's not an off-screen character anymore. He's a hero right alongside you, fully AI controlled. But another player can jump in at any time. It's drop-in, drop-out co-op. So another player can sit down on the couch next to you, pick up a controller, screen splits, and all of a sudden take control of Oswald.
Not only will you get to control Oswald, you'll get to hear Oswald for the first time in the history of Disney.
I certainly felt a sense of privilege. That's not an opportunity that comes along every day. And it's not just Oswald who speaks this time. Every character in the game speaks every line of dialogue.
And then possibly the biggest change to this franchise is the fact that not only are the characters speaking, but they're speaking in a very melodic manner.
I've always wanted to do a musical game. And so Disney Epic Mickey: The Power of Two is the first musical comedy game ever.
This is your dream game, and so I know it's incredibly important to you. So what's the goal for you?
The goal for me in every game is for players to feel like they've had a unique experience. What I want people to walk away from this with is the idea that they've experienced the kind of emotional story that they get when they watch a Snow White or a Toy Story. Games can create experiences, or players actually can create experiences for themselves as they play that are as powerful and life-affecting as any book or movie or play. And I hope we've captured some of that in this game.
I am here at PAX Prime 2012 with a man amongst children in this room at this moment, Mr. Warren Spector, one of my favorite game designers. We are talking, obviously, Epic Mickey 2 today, and you're showing up something very new here at the show.
Yeah, we've shown a little bit of what we call the Disney Gulch, based on Frontierland at theme parks. This time we're showing a new part of Frontierland of the Disney Gulch called Fort Wasteland. Well, all these toon characters, none of them have actually seen Disneyland. So they've seen little, postcards that show up here, forgotten, rejected blueprint things. But they don't know what it looks like, so they're just kind of doing the best they can and building a fort out of pencils and crayons and bottle caps and little, cubes with letters on them that kids learn to read.
I want to talk about how heavy the decisions you make actually affect this game. And again, how subtle it is, much like the additions to some of the stuff like the blocks you've added. The decisions are subtle. It's not like he presents something to you, you choose A or B. It's something a little more organic in this game.
Yeah, Ian the Ghost, he's from Lonesome Ghost, cartoon from 1937, and he does have kind of a subtle impact on the game. You encounter him and several other characters like him several times during the game. And, so you kind of get to know them. Ian kind of likes the spatters, the little blotlings that were your enemy in the first game and are still pretty dangerous in this one. So in this map in particular, Ian's saying, help the spatters find a home in Fort Wasteland. But some of the other toon characters who want to live there themselves are saying, clean out Fort Wasteland, get rid of those bad guys. And you kind of have to decide, are you going to make the toon characters happy, or are you going to make the spatters happy and keep Ian on your side? So it's not right or wrong, it's, what do you think is right or wrong?
Right, and those decisions stick. There's no way that you can go back and change these things. You make the decision and you move forward with that.
Now, in the first Disney Epic Mickey game, we did what I call choice and consequence light. In this game, you do something, it's forever, and it really does make a difference. There's as much depth in this as anything I've ever worked on.
Well, Warren, obviously the game looks finished. I want to play it right now. For the fans at home, when can they get their hands on this?
The game releases in North America November 18th. A very important date in Disney history, but we'll let viewers figure that out for themselves.
Get thee to the internet, my friends. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
In 2010, Disney Epic Mickey brought to life a dark version of Disneyland and became one of our favorite games on the Nintendo Wii. For the upcoming sequel, Disney Epic Mickey 2: The Power of Two, the developers are going multi-platform and upping the ante with even more nostalgia for players to paint their way through. Grab a friend and get ready to take control of Walt's legendary creations as you help them rebuild the Magic Kingdom.
All right, joining us now is the man behind Epic Mickey 2, designer, legendary designer, and fine denim shirt wearer, Mr. Warren Spector is with us, everybody. Oh, Warren and I have only spoken about this game in conference rooms and hotels, so I'm glad you're finally on the show today. And you're bringing something that nobody has ever seen before that you're unveiling here for the first time. Before we do that, just bring people up to speed on what Epic Mickey 2 is, where we are in this universe.
Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, is the sequel to 2010's Disney Epic Mickey, of course. That comes as a surprise, I'm
Yes.
sure. The Mickey and Oswald saved the world, from disaster in the first game. Some time has passed, and just when it seems like things are getting back to normal, earthquakes start hitting, power outages, all sorts of natural disasters, and Oswald and the other denizens of Wasteland want Mickey to come and help save the day again.
So what are we looking at here? Now, this is going to look familiar to some people, but it's also very different than what I think they probably remembered.
Well, we certainly do have some new lands to explore that you haven't ever seen before. But one of the coolest things is the opportunity to revisit places that you've already been, but changed because of all these earthquakes and natural disasters. And look, just to be honest, because the team now understands how to use our tools and what paint and thinner are all about, so we can just build cooler stuff now.
Let's make that one a little bit better than the last.
Yeah, and so what we've done is we've taken things like what you're seeing now, which is Mean Street, which is our version of Main Street from the parks, and we've made it sort of richer and deeper and even more sort of open-ended and free-form exploration and lots of cool stuff to do.
And all of the changes obviously have come about because of what's happened to the world, correct?
Well, partly, yeah, but there's also been this effort by Oswald and the Wastelanders to kind of build new stuff. So the Gremlins, who you met in the first game, they're building a bunch of new stuff now, and so you have to help them sort of rebuild this world.
Which is pretty awesome, man. I mean, this grin on my face is totally real. Every time we talk, I'm like, this game looks so great. And you guys are also showing off something so cool today that, again, has never been seen before in the shop system. So what exactly is that we're looking at?
We had to be true to Disney's creative history,
Yes,
right? And if we're not selling stuff in shops, we're really not doing the job. Look, I've been dying for months to talk about this stuff. We have several game systems that no one's even heard about yet. We've got a hat shop where you can buy costumes that actually change Mickey's abilities. You have no idea how long I've been wanting to say those words.
That is so cool.
Get dressed up as Steamboat Willie, you turn into a little black and white Mickey.
Really?
But even Oswald can get dressed up in costume as well and change what he can do. It's the power of two, right? So it's Mickey and Oswald, two players playing co-op through the story. So we had to have costumes for Oswald as well. And you can buy them. You can buy all the pieces of the costume, or you can go find them. We also have the ability for each player to customize their version of Mickey or Oswald, so they look and can do whatever the player wants.
Wow.
Not only do we have, you can sort of see some of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little track suit. There's the Steamboat Willie stuff. There might be a little Sorcerer's Apprentice action going on there. Knight's armor. Most people can probably start to think about what those things might do.
You're very coy, my friend. You're very coy. So let me ask you this. When we think Mario suit's Tanuki suit.
Yeah.
What's going to be Epic Mickey 2's Tanuki suit? What's the one suit you think people are going to be talking about the most?
Well, I think there are two, actually.
Okay.
Getting dressed up like Steamboat Willie is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And I'm just such a big fan of Oswald, and there's a cartoon called Oh, What a Night. And the irony is, no one puts on armor in the cartoon Oh, What a Night, but in the game you get to put on the armor as Oswald, so I think that's pretty cool.
And as a Disney fan, being able to do that must have been incredibly rewarding for you as a person, right?
Yeah. I'm just getting to sort of do all the stuff that Walt and iWorks did with Oswald, and to do it in an interactive form. I mean, it's beyond words. It's
awesome,
incredible.
man. Well, Warren, as always, it is an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Warren Spector, everybody. So great. The game looks really cool. I cannot wait to play Dress Up. The game is going to be in stores on November 18th, but feel free to pre-order it early. As a rule of thumb, movie sequels are usually pretty bad, but video game sequels are the exact opposite. They're able to iterate, correct mistakes, incorporate fan feedback, and not cast Shia LaBeouf, which ruins absolutely everything. Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, hopes to improve on an already good game, and here's a preview.
After making peace with the rejected and forgotten Disney characters in the first Epic Mickey, Mickey Mouse must return to Wasteland in Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. As the title implies, he has help this time around in the form of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Walt Disney's original cartoon star who was stolen from him by studio executives over 70 years ago, but is now once again part of the Disney family. Oswald was an antagonist in the first game, but now he's Mickey's co-op partner, allowing a second player to join in the fun on the same console. The two characters play the same, but with very different tools. Mickey still wields the magic paintbrush that lets him create objects with paint and dissolve things with thinner. Oswald has his remote control that can fight or befriend enemies, plus he can pull off a few old-school toon tricks, like using his ears to take flight. The two heroes are attempting to save Wasteland, the dark reflection of Disneyland, from the mysteriously still alive Mad Doctor. Decision-making was an element in the first Epic Mickey, but in the sequel it plays an even larger role.
You'd think there'd be some spatters around here.
Weigh your options carefully, because your moral choices in Epic Mickey 2 will change Wasteland permanently. No going back just to see what would happen this time around. Fans can expect more twisted versions of familiar Disneyland locations, and of course references and in-jokes packed into every nook and cranny.
Well, hello there, Mr. Moose. No, wait, you're not a moose. Mooses have bigger ears.
Best of all, now that the game is multi-platform, you'll get to see Junction Point's brilliant concept art brought to life in full HD. Disney Epic Mickey 2 The Power of Two hits shelves on November 18th for PC and all the game consoles, including the brand new Wii U, releasing on that same day.